What's going on, people? This is Theo here, and this is a real talk, and I want to talk about Insulate Britain. Now, they're the ones who are afoot from Extinction Rebellion. Now, they have blocked the M25 for the last 3 days, for the past 3 days in this last week, and they have blocked the M25, and they've caused huge tailbacks. There was a crash reported. We don't even know if Insulate Britain is the cause of that crash. But honestly, when I looked at them and I did things, I can understand the need for the fight against climate change. I've seen the devastating pictures over the past few weeks, the flooding that's been going on, the wildfires that's been going on. This freak weather that we've been having, and yes, it is linked to global warming. I think that what they've done, it needs to be done in a different way. Blocking the N25 does not help, especially when you got people who are trying to live out their daily lives. We all had a rough 18 months or so with the pandemic. We all had it rough. We're trying to get some sort of normality back in. People are trying to, make appointments, job interviews, seeing family members, meeting up with friends for gatherings and everything else. Now that the restrictions have been lifted, I think you have to kind of appreciate like where other people's mindset is towards climate change at the moment. I mean, we are going to ban diesel and petrol cars in the next few years. I just learned that driving licenses are going to be stopped being made in plastic. They're going to be in digitized form because we're living in a digital age now. And I take recycling very, very seriously. Right? I recycle a lot. When I used to live with my ex, she would put recycled stuff in the normal bag when it's supposed to go in the recycle bag, and it drove me nuts back in the day. I tell you, really and truly, it drove me nuts. So I take recycling very, very seriously. Even in my city of Birmingham, we have the clean air zone. And only the cars that are low emitting, that have low emissions, I should say, can actually pass through. The rest has to charge. We got the congestion charge in London. Even the public transport are trying to take the fight to climate change. There's been low emission buses now, for example, and obviously going on the tube or going on the tram, it's electric. I know that Extinction Rebellion tried to do that. They tried to stop people from taking the tube, but it's electric. It didn't make no sense whatsoever. But they are going to carry on doing this. They're going to carry on protesting. I'm not going to sit here and say, look, people don't have a right to protest. They do have a right to protest. But this is where I have a problem with this. You can't stop people from living their daily lives. You can't stop people from protesting. So obviously they will turn around and ask me, what would you do? Now, I know for a fact that if you go to the gates outside Parliament in London, there's always protesters there. Always, always, always protesters. They'll be there day and night. They won't stop protesting. But you got the politicians that will generally ignore them, and obviously they needed to do this because they want to kind of get people to talk about it, get people to start thinking about it, get people to start thinking about how to do our best to fight climate change. Obviously, not a lot of homes are got solar powered insulators. It's just tough. Obviously we could do more. But I just had this conversation as well with a colleague of mine, and And even he agrees with me that, look, baby steps are there, but obviously in the next few years or so, obviously it's going to be a bit different. But obviously, if we don't act now, something will catastrophic will happen. I can't even bear to think what's going to happen. You're talking about animals being extinct, and it's not even worth bearing thinking about. Look, I'm so against what Insulate Britain have done. So against it, because it just doesn't help their cause. Because what is happening here is that they're going to be found to be very, very annoying. And look, I'm sitting here going like, look, we have a chance here to try and do something, but this has got to be done in a better way. There's more to be done. Let's try and do things in a better way. Look, we're going to go into a rough winter in the next few weeks, months. And obviously, energy companies are going to raise their bills again. It's bound to happen. There must be a way that they can subsidize bills, because, you know, things are worse than ever. And I don't want people to die in their homes. I don't want people to get the flu and everything. I just generally think that people. I just generally think that we all need to do better. That's the bottom line. We need to do things better. You know what I'm trying to say here, people. Climate change is important. And, you know, I know that people are so aware of it right now. But at the same time, you can't stop people from living their daily lives like this by having to do radical protests. There needs to be a meaningful one that people can actually get behind. Not when you want people to jump on one of the biggest motorways in the country and stopping everybody from living their lives. It's just not the way. So I just hope that they can actually have a rethink and do something else. Less annoying, less irritating, and it gets people on side. But I have a feeling that they won't stop until, like, someone's going to take notice. We have taken notice. It's just that people just need to understand that these people are not going to stop. It's a sad but true thing, really. Look, I've said all I've got to say on this. So if you like this, like it, subscribe if you're new around here. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. And I'll be back with another video soon. In the meantime, people, stay safe. I'm out. Peace.